Blog Talk Radio.
I think the best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. You always want to outwork your potential. As hard as you believe you can work harder than that. And that's what I tried to do when I first came to the league. But basketball is such a direct competition sport. And me coming in at 17, I hated when teammates would say, I get hit with an elbow. Right? Shaq would hit me with an elbow in practice. And Nick Van Exel would come up and say, "Are you okay?" I'm like, what? Mao, are you okay? What the hell is wrong with you? So I always had that extra chip on my shoulder. So every day in practice for me was really trying to annihilate everybody that I was playing against. Because I wanted to prove you don't need to babysit me. I'm fine, And so it's always that competitive nature, the work ethic, and curiosity. Because I asked a lot of questions. Playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, who was great at chasing guards off the screens, and I didn't understand how to do that. I would sit with him before practice, after practice. Magic, all the Laker greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up. What actually happened there? What did you feel there and why?
Welcome to the War Room. We got Dez, Kill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the Hot Block Commander. How you want it in a 1 or 2 hour show to keep the brain running with the premise to talk sports on a national level. Roll with the topic, sorta like the rebels. When it's game time, they like the Fast Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4 for 26, so the war ain't Kuwait. It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, diversified and educated.
What's good, War Room family? You are once again live in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Dev McMillan. I'm at the round table with my brothers from others. B. Austin and Jimmy the Blueprint are in the building with me. This is one of those shows that we'd imagine we'd never have to do. As you all know, NBA and Lakers legend Kobe Bryant, along with 8 other people, including his daughter Gianna, lost their lives this past Sunday, January 26, 2020, in a horrific helicopter crash. So all episode, we'll celebrate Kobe, his life, his career, his global impact, his chapter 2 that barely got started, and a whole lot more. Time permitting, we'll also give our thoughts on Super Bowl 54, which is days away. So keep it locked right here in the War Room. And if you want to get in on the conversation, sign in right now to the By the Hood chat room at blogtalkradio.com/the War Room. Or you could join us on Facebook or Twitter at War Room Sports. We'll also be taking your calls throughout the show to hear your favorite Kobe memories, stories, games, moments, etc. So hit us on the Digital Extreme Tech hotline. That number is 323-410-0012. Before we get started, just like we do all the time, we're not live on the air. You guys just remember to check out archive episodes of our show on our own network at warroomsports.com and the War Room Sports mobile app, also on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, Blog Talk Radio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you do your podcast listening, we're most likely to be there. So what up, bros, man? We've had one on-air conversation about this earlier in the week. Days later, I don't think it's gotten any easier to discuss. For me, it's still surreal. I'm still hoping to wake up from this nightmare. How you guys holding up?
Oh, man. I've been kind of running from it, in the sense that, I've limited my presence and participation in social media. I'm not as actively involved in the news cycle, probably not as much as I should be, considering I'm a part of the universe's greatest sports media company and content creator and curator. So, that's tough. So it's definitely had an effect on life, because I'm outside of my normal routine, running from the reality that, someone who, while I'm not close with, but I definitely valued their life, valued their contribution to the sport, valued their contribution to humanity even, is gone sooner than I think he should be, right? But, who am I?
Right. It's not up to us.
Sooner than we all think he should be. And it just really places you in the mindset of really taking the time to literally appreciate each breath, each blink of your eye, each swallow, pause, each moment, each hug, each kiss, each morsel you take out of, whatever food you enjoy, each experience, right? Because you're reminded we separate and we differentiate ourselves a lot as human beings by what we have, right? So things, we're reminded that it really doesn't matter how much money you have, how much fame, how much wealth. The reaper is there, and you never know. So appreciate your loved ones. I often hear the cliche, give me my roses or give me my flowers when I'm alive to appreciate them, as opposed to when I'm dead and gone, because I really don't care what's going on when I'm dead and gone. I'm trying to reach the hereafter or come back, depending on your religion and spiritual inclinations. But yo, I really, honestly, brothers, I've been running from it, and for me, this episode is about facing the sad and heartbreaking, heart-wrenching reality that this brother is gone. His wife is a widow. His kids are now without their father, and he didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't like he was reckless. He didn't leave. Yo, it's just a freak accident. This brother's not here.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
one
man.
of the,
So my story is a little bit opposite of B. Austin's because I haven't been running from it. I've been dealing with it a little bit too much.
Torturing yourself,
in terms of social media, I don't be on Facebook, but I spend a lot of time on Twitter because that's where I get my news, and I'll be on IG because the chocolate queens of Ghana. Never mind. But
shout out to West Africa.
It's just difficult because everything is triggering. Like before even getting on the show, I was watching Kyrie Irving's thing from last night, and everything is triggering, man. And it's like, and we're going to get into it during the course of the show, but all the stories coming out, and I can't, like, it's weird because it's like I'm torturing myself, but I can't get enough of them because most of the stories have nothing to do with basketball, and it's like post-career stories, and all these look like amazing things. Kobe was like walking the earth being like a Les Brown type dude. He's like just walking around giving people motivation, and it's weird to hear all these stories. To me, that's the craziest thing about this. Is all the stories have nothing to do with basketball.
He was fulfilling his humanity, like what we expected. And I know, Dev, you and I talked about this a couple of different times. We expected Kobe to really show his noodledom and corniness now that basketball was removed from his life. But it's like he grew as a man and as a human being, and you see in Kobe like this light. Like, yo, dude was finding his legs and wings in private equity and venture capital. He was getting his Les Brown on. He was investing in media. He was investing in real. Yo, the dude was an integral part of raising a $2 billion fund. Like, yo, he was just going for life and applying that energy and that vibrance that we saw on the basketball court to other areas of the life to like really find fulfillment as a human being. I was definitely, like so happy for him because I thought, much like the gentleman that I joke is his pop, which isn't, really a joking matter at this time. But, we know Mike found some ways to fulfill himself after basketball, but I think we all know dude, sits in a closet or in a room and looks himself in the mirror wishing that he could go back out onto the court. And I don't feel like that was Kobe, man. I feel
Not
like
at all.
And that was the surprising part. I just knew Kobe
like
would be miserable in retirement, but when he says he's done, I believed him.
Yeah, Mike doesn't enjoy his bootcut jeans. He really wants to be back out there, but it's crazy to me though because it's like now, and you hear this anytime anyone passes that, man, like you know, let's put it like this: when Nipsey passed last year, which was like emotional for everybody, the thing about that is we all knew the work that he was doing, right? It's like we all knew what he was doing in the community. We knew what he meant to people. We knew he was trying to give opportunities. With Kobe, like I knew a little bit, but I'm learning so much more. If that makes any sense, like, and I know it's cliche to say I wish that could have been highlighted while he was here, but I really do, because now I'm wondering what other athletes or former athletes are really, putting in good work out there that we just don't know. And it takes something like this for you to find out, because I swear every story, even from former athletes, from Jeannie Buss, from business executives, has nothing to do with basketball. To me, that's just the most interesting thing.
I heard a story the other day where Kobe, there was somebody, this kid with cancer, terminal cancer, had like weeks to live. I think the kid was from like a reservation out in Arizona or something like that. And whatever hospital this kid was in, it was something where I guess the visiting hours were done or whatever. And somebody had asked Kobe if they could sign some stuff. And Kobe said, no, I'm not going to sign anything. I'm going to come, see the person. So he showed up to see the kid. It was hours where he really wasn't supposed to be there to see the kid. So Kobe and whoever was facilitating this whole thing snuck up like the back stairs of this hospital to see this kid. He's in there with the kid, playing catch and talking and laughing and all of that kind of stuff, probably for more than an hour. After he leaves, Kobe asked the person, like, what's the deal here? Is it a financial thing? Like, is there something that he needs that he can't afford? Because if that's the case, I got him. And the person was telling Kobe, like, no, it's a little more advanced at this stage. The kid's heart is in a way where he can't get a transplant. It's not stable enough. Few days after Kobe left, the kid died. But the person talked about how that was like the highlight of the kid's life. Got to do that with his hero for, a little more than an hour, like a week before he died. These are the things that you don't hear. And there are, from what I heard this week, there are like multiple stories like this, and Kobe makes it a point to tell people, like, this is not for public consumption. There's no need for that. Like, he's telling people that, but at the same time, people like me, I'm wishing that somebody would leak this kind of stuff, because y'all know the kind of reputation this dude had. Like, I go through life, I talk to a lot of people on the internet, and even people that I know. There's a lot of people out there, when Kobe Bryant's name comes up, the first thing they say in return is F Kobe. I hate Kobe.
Yo, man.
Kobe's arrogant. Kobe's this. Kobe's that.
Yo, man.
It's like, it's not until somebody passes on that you get to hear really what type of person that is. And, it's just a shame.
A part of the level of growth that you see in him, right? So one of the things that I noticed about Kobe from the perspective of being a basketball player, and that story, golly, the onions. But part of what I noticed about him as a player was Kobe cared what other people thought of him. Not necessarily that you liked him, but he wanted to be recognized as being the greatest. And there's no shame in that. I mean, if you're going to play, if you're going to do it for the passion and the love, but then do it for the respect of being the greatest at your craft if you put in that work in. And I think his growth in even sharing that story and the juxtaposition of him on the basketball court, I'd say mid-career versus him as a man in that story, is Kobe came to be at peace with the fact that who he was as a man, between him and whatever higher power he believed in, was all that mattered in terms of what people thought of him. We care more about his reputation than he does. He don't give he don't care.
I believe that to be true. But
don't care.
Like Jimmy, as Jimmy said, like I haven't run from it either. I think everything I've listened to, at least 90% of what I've listened to, what I've watched this week, all has something to do with this. And that's probably not a good thing because, I was a fan. I've always been a fan. Always been a big fan of Kobe. I guess, if I had a 1A, B, and C of my 3 favorite players of all time, it would be, Kobe, Michael, and Allen Iverson. Favorites. But this, for a few reasons, I think this hits harder than, the usual celebrity death, even the ones that we've mourned and we've kind of felt something about. I always bring up the whole Michael Jackson thing because when Michael Jackson died, I sat on the couch all weekend watching Michael Jackson videos, crying off and on for every 20 minutes or so. It was crazy. At the same time, Mike hadn't been in our minds that much right before that happened. Like Kobe was deep in the news the morning that he died because of the whole LeBron thing. Yeah. LeBron passing him on the scoring list had him paying all kinds of homage to Kobe, which made all the sports media outlets play all kinds of Kobe highlights. And, it was a love fest, even though he had just been passed for a record. And not only that, it's a lot of reasons why this one hit a little harder. The perspective that it brings. One, what Skyview One just said in the chat room, shout out to Skyview. He said, not that I could charter helicopters like Kobe, but I definitely know the feeling of transporting my kids to AAU, gymnastics, scholastic competitions as daddy. He said this hit him hard. That could have been any of us. And I think that's another position that a lot of people are taking that's just made it hit so close to home. Another perspective is the fact that we've watched this dude grow basically from basketball scratch. Like a lot of people watched him from the moment he entered the NBA as a 17-year-old on. The 3 of us, when I say scratch, I'm talking almost from scratch. We missed the Italy years, but the Lower Merion years, since we're from the same region that he is, we've, Jimmy tells the story all the time, and we laugh and joke, but it was definitely kind of serious. The first time that we shared a court with Kobe Bryant, we thought we were hot stuff, and he kind of showed us that it was levels to this and that we should get our ass back in the classroom.
Yeah.
So everybody else giving credit and you think it's corny, I'm like, maybe Kobe kind of deserves some of the credit for what we've become to this point. Because
how about that?
As much as we love ball, Jim, as much as we love hoops, you kind of needed that wake up call. Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
that's what they doing.
It's a whole different level here, dog.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this a whole different level here. This is what NBA players look like.
Hey, I prided myself on being able to hoop with anybody. And I mean, we hoop. We shared the court. We lost, but
shut your ass beat.
But the most unique thing about that is Kobe was on a court with other pros, on the AAU,
right,
whatever you want to call it, the summer league.
I mean,
he was on the court.
Equivalent. He was doing that to them too.
Yeah, he was on.
He was with a Sunny Hill
I'm talking about
All-Star
on his team. On his team, he had other guys that were pros, but it didn't even matter because they was like, "Yo, this young kid is better than us."
Right.
But this hit me hard too. Outside of the personal connection, it hit me harder. And the crazy part is with Michael Jackson. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. Thriller is still better than Off the Wall, but
doubt it.
It didn't hit me as hard as it hit Dev, whatever. Prince didn't hit me hard. Pause on both of those. Last year when Nip died, I was effed up. I ain't gonna lie, I was definitely effed up with Nip. But this because it's also how it happened and the fact that his seed was with him. That takes it to a whole nother level of pain and just oh my God, you know how it is, man. You don't want to hear nothing happening to old folks or the babies, man. That's just what it is.
Old folks.
You could be the biggest gangster in the world. You don't want nothing happen to children or old folks, man. That's just not where we come from. You can't have that happen. So to hear that,
shout out to Kane.
And then how it happened, it's out of the blue,
And before we go any further, man, we definitely want to, God bless the families of the other 7 passengers that were on the helicopter as well.
That hurt too.
Yeah. I mean, they're because it's so. Even though it's on a wealthy person's level, it's the same thing everybody else does. Yo, we got this tournament. Y'all want a carpool? Instead of carpooling, they copter pool.
Yo,
they
helicopter pooling, yo.
Right.
Helicopter
You make
pooling
relationships
level.
with parents, other parents on the team. You make relationships with coaches. Like, I'm doing the same thing as Kobe right now in a reverse manner. Kobe's the head coach. I believe he had the assistant coach, the woman on the helicopter with them. I'm the assistant coach on one of my son's teams. You know what I'm saying? As they get a little older, the games and the tournaments are starting to get a little more serious. They're starting to get a little more farther out. Trips start to get a little longer. Some parents got trucks. Some parents got minivans. Y'all want to carpool? What y'all want to do? Y'all want to get together and eat after the game? Same kind of stuff, just on a poor person's level. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely.
So you ain't copter pulling.
Yeah, I just not copter pulling.
I got a question though, like that. I was thinking about this, like if Kobe wasn't on board in a total of 9 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so a total of 9 people crash in a helicopter. That's still a national story. Like, is this something that happens and we just don't know about it because there is no one on board?
Yeah, definitely. No, there have been shootings. There have been plane crash. In fact, there was a plane crash either the day before or day of where it was more than 9 people and nobody heard about it. Like, it wasn't national. So it definitely, the impact was, A, this is Kobe Bryant. B, is his daughter. C, it's the circumstances surrounding it. Because
I still think it's national news.
I don't peruse,
if 9 people die in a helicopter,
looking for like helicopter crashes. But I was just sitting there wondering, like, is this something that happens often? And
I think it's national news, but I think it's a blip that goes by in a day or two. They'll report it. With Kobe being on there, it's global news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his impact is really being shown. Like, we've always known that Kobe was one of the more polarizing people, athletes on earth. I see a lot of people out there. I think the guilt got a lot of people out there changing their energy. Y'all know who y'all are. And some people, some of the F Kobe people are laying it on thick right now. I'm like, I guess y'all just gonna snooze your way out of thinking we're gonna forget the way y'all used to talk about this man personally over a game. But it's all good.
I'm about to go grab.
People have a change of
heart.
It's
time to go back and grab some screens. It's time to go back and grab some
screenshots. Oh yeah, grab the record.
Time for some FOHs.
I got the
all right, that's enough. You laying it on thick. That's enough. You said your piece. Now you gonna act like you his best friend. But
but it's just, man, I just wondered that, like, is that something that happens? And the fact of the matter is, the reason he's polarizing is because when you feel like you have to say F Kobe or you bring his name up in the debates about your guys, just trying to prove how good your guy is, like, Dodo, what you're doing is you're also telling how great he is. Like, you're not gonna say like F Spencer Dinwiddie, like, no one's gonna say that because.
And you know what I mean? The blueprint gonna have some words with you.
that's my guy, man. That's my guy. No Spencer slander, man. That's my favorite player, man.
That's his guy. Yeah, but it's crazy to see the global impact, though. You see murals going up all around the world of Kobe and his daughter.
They're gonna have a holiday in China.
She the tribute. Yeah, I mean, there's a basketball court, a pretty famous, from what I hear, basketball court in Manila in the Philippines. They put the whole blacktop is now Kobe's face and his daughter's face. The entire blacktop.
Yo, I think it was Vibe said they love murals just as much as LA over there though.
Right. LA is mural, man. LA just can't wait for something to put a mural up for. Like, if you're a big time player and you visit the Lakers during your free agency period, they're gonna put a mural up.
You getting muralized.
Yeah.
That's
So no, it's crazy. Of course, they canceled they postponed the Lakers Clippers game from Tuesday. So the first game is going to be on Friday versus the Blazers. That's going to be crazy. What's even crazier is because, remember, Kobe and Melo were kind of close. So he told Melo that he was going to be there for the game. I'm sitting here wondering, like, this is going to be super triggering, and I don't even know if they can do this for the players' sake. Y'all think they're going to leave 2 empty seats in the front row? I think that would be too much. I think it would be a well-intentioned tribute, but imagine you're a player. Imagine if you're Carmelo, LeBron, friends of his that are on the court, and every time you run by, you got to see that. I think it would be well-intentioned, but I think it would be too much. I think it would be way too much.
Oh, man.
Man, why do you even make me think about that?
Yo, man, hashtag triggered, man. Like, yo, everything, man. Like, my question is, the thought, I was telling y'all the other day, right? I'm at a loss for words a little bit, but, like, it's, this whole season's kind of been ruined for me, cuz I can't even watch basketball. Like, and, I've been consuming a lot of basketball this season. I can't even watch it anymore. And
that's the thing.
It's just tough, man. Like,
I just watched the stuff this week, Jim, that tortured me. Like, even, Sixers game, I don't miss anything. I don't miss a second of Sixers games. I watched the tribute they did in the beginning because it was, the TNT thing with Shaq crying on TV was playing at the same time. So I'm watching that on 2 different screens, killing myself. Like, that's when it really came to a head. Like, I let out an audible cry on that one. Like, it's therapy to talk to you guys. Like, when we did the video earlier in the week, like, there was no breakdowns from anybody because, we keep each other light or whatever. But that was the time, like, I let it go. Like, I feel bad a little bit. I mean, because this is this thing of ours. Like I said, we've watched the dude grow. Like, some of these dudes, when you become fans, like, you look at them as if they're family members or something. Or at least it feels that way when they go, especially when they pass. So I kind of felt bad this week because my wife recently lost an uncle. And no bull, I think she's been consoling me more over this than I did with her over her uncle. I mean, now, it wasn't equal. Like, she wasn't bitching about her uncle as bad as I've been bitching about the dude. But, so it's like, it's crazy. Like, when you put things into perspective like that.
But it's also like who it is too, right? Because when you think about, and I don't want to play this game, when you talk about like any other athlete that this could have happened to, or that could go early, like, this is just different. Like, maybe LeBron, right? Now, everybody knows, like, if you read Sports the Book, everybody knows, like, I'm a Magic guy. Magic is how I fell in love with basketball. But if Magic goes, it's like Magic was supposed to go, not even trying to be funny, Magic was supposed to go 20 years ago.
Yo, Cookie was wishing for him to go.
Like, Magic has given us his bubbly presence, like, for a bonus 20 years. So we're grateful to still have Magic.
That would even bring, and if Kareem, who's my other guy, like Kareem is up there in age and has lived a beautiful life.
Say he lived a good one.
It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same. Maybe with Bron, and the thing about Bron also is what I recognize too is Bron and Kobe are outward family men. If that makes any sense. Like, Kobe in retirement, like, Gigi was his right hand man.
Yeah. He definitely was out there playing favorites. Disrespect to the other kids, but Kobe definitely had a favorite.
Yo, it's not even a question who his favorite was. Like, let's keep it a bean. No pun intended. And I'm nice, but
that's another thing, Jim. Every story you hear this week, every celebrity that has a Kobe story, they always say, "Yeah, Eddie introduced me to his daughter Gigi. Gigi was standing there." And Gigi ever with the kids?
Yo, they don't even know the other one.
Shout out to Scavy as well. He said, I think Kobe was on a mission to put the WNBA on the same level because of his daughter. And Purple Pill in the chat room, he said it was the pilot. He said, just found out the pilot was incompetent for those conditions, barely spoke English. Yeah, even if that comes out to be, the cause, they weren't strangers. Like, Kobe requests this pilot. Shoot, Kawhi Leonard requests this pilot. That's their guy. Like they're basically friends at this point. He's flown them so many times. So
and at the
that's
end of
who
the
he
day,
trusted.
he's going too.
So we can't even. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that guy's going as well. Let's get to the phone lines, man, because we got some people calling in. We got Tobias calling in from out in Arizona. Get some of his thoughts on the situation. Tobias, what's going on, good brother? You're in the war room,
bro.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Worst show
what's going
ever,
on,
man. What's going
hey,
on,
can
man?
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you, Tobias. We don't want to hear you. We don't want to hear you talk about no pharmaceutical companies, though, dog.
We hear you.
Hey, I'm cool, man. All right, cool. First things first, before I get going, I'll say because just in time, I'll say my students. I want to give you the 49ers are going to win. You know, they have a better team, and KC has a better quarterback. It'll be a close game, though, and that defensive front is going to win the game for them. But, man, what people saying growing up, see, we didn't grow up with Michael Jackson. Our parents grew up with Michael Jackson. We're all about the same age. And quit lying, Dev. We know you're rich.
I mean, Mike
I see what.
Huh?
I see how Dev living. Hey, Dev got a dude picking up chasing basketball practice. But anyway,
I don't know,
Meadows
we
picking him up.
still might have grown up with Michael Jackson because, you know, he was on his Peter Pan. He never really did grow up. So
yeah.
About to say,
it's like
nobody grew
but I
up.
understand what
He
you're
never
saying.
grew up.
With Kobe, we were at the same run. So we saw him grow up from a kid, and he was flawed, you know, which most people are. And I kind of wish people did say the good that he did. He was when he was alive. Then wait until he did. I wish we did that with people in general. Well, we will show that. But also, I saw Jimmy was talking about if Kobe was on there, people would know. Honestly, it would have just been a blip on CNN or Fox on the little news scroll bar. Because a couple of years ago here in Phoenix, there was like a helicopter crash, a news copter crash there. If you didn't live in Arizona, you didn't know about it. And also, since Kobe and his daughter was on there, those families might get a bunch of donations and support. I know Vanessa talked about that, started something for those families. So those families get a lot of support also, you know, emotionally, financially, and all. It's a shame because I don't have kids, right? And I hate having to cite Jason Whitlock on this because I think the same on this. Well, he doesn't have kids. I don't have kids, but I'm a big family guy. And you know, and that's the part that stinks. People saying Kobe lived his life. He didn't. He's only 41. He has so much more. He's not gonna see his daughters go to the prom.
Right.
He gets the grill.
But you know why people say stuff like that, Tobias?
If you play it right, Tobias, he still was on the upslide of life. Like he wasn't on the back
that's what I'm saying.
On the downside, like
y'all know why people say stuff like that?
Like he's rich.
People say stuff like that because we only know him from how he was introduced to us. Like sports, you're still young when your career is over as far as sports are concerned, but we know him as a basketball player. So as a basketball player, he's the quote unquote old man. But like B just said, and like Tobias just said, like his life basically is just getting started. He's not going to see any of his daughters go to prom. You know, Gigi's not going to get a chance to drop buckets in high school. You know, he's not going to see any of that and be able to grow with his family. But people think because he was retired that he lived a full life.
Yeah.
He didn't even get started yet.
And to your point, Tobias, this is devastating on so many levels, right? I was sitting there thinking about, like, I don't have kids either, but I have a wife. And I know Kobe and his wife have been together since, like, she was 18 or something. Like, they got over 2 decades in. And she's never going to see her husband come home. Like, dude, if my wife is away from the crib for a day, I'm don't know how to, like, do anything. Like, I can't imagine, like, her. Like, how does she move on? Like, you can't move on from this. You're never going to be the same.
You never will.
Like, you never will. Like, so I thought about it on that level. Like, there's so many. I thought about the fact of the relationship with him and his parents. Like, there's so many things that bother me about this that I'm still having a hard time, like, even accepting that it's a reality.
You know what, though? Because I have a cousin, like a late cousin, 8 years ago. She died in a car crash, and we were real close. And it was raining outside. Went off the road. Heck, 8 years ago, I think it was Mike Shula was still coaching Alabama, right? That I left my sister's house in Atlanta, going back while I was stationed in South Carolina. My car went off the road in Atlanta. I never told my folks that. My sister only knew. And you know, in the South, you think you're done because those interstates are high up, and luckily I wasn't. And so that stuff is like life is fleeting. And I just think that, like, and the one thing about Kobe, this is where he and Jordan are very similar. We rarely talk about their stats. We talk about their moments on the court. You know, their moments. And that's what makes, like, Magic Johnson their moments. We don't talk about their stats. We talk about moments. It's like the moment, one of my favorite Kobe basketball moments was those years ago against Portland. The last game, he hit like 2 crazy 3-pointers to beat Portland. And also one of my favorite memories of Kobe was cussing out Andrew Bynum in front of strip mall.
You talking about that Kobe stopper game where Ruben Patterson got inside of his uniform. I don't even know. Like, never mind the refs, never mind the foul. How is it possible to hit a shot from that distance with someone inside of your jersey? Like,
that was good defense too.
That was great defense. That wasn't good. That was great.
That was great. Patterson was great.
What do you do? That was nuts, man.
The Kobe stopper. That's hilarious, cuz.
And like the thing, like my other memory was when Kobe was cussing out Andrew Bynum in front of that strip mall. That's still one of my all-time favorite memories, though. You know, but
Tobias, I know you heard this story before. This is the funniest story ever. When the Lakers were losing, towards the end of his career, and he got in the locker room, and everybody that had Kobe's on, he took them off their feet and said they don't deserve to wear them.
He said, "Yo, you can't wear my shoes. Take my shoes. Give me my shoes."
Hey, you know what's funny though? I wonder what I know one thing. Someone find to meet me a Temecula guy also. I know he's taking it pretty rough right now. How you know how great Kobe was? He got dudes ready to drive the wine country to fight you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. And it's like people talk, about athletes and stuff, about those other lives. But the thing is, though, I just showed people just being parents. Those folks, everybody on that chopper, every adult, their last breath was being a parent and doing things that many people do every day with their kids, going to the games, doing that stuff. And it stinks on that regard because it's not like Kobe was terminally ill. His daughter was being in that helicopter was terminally ill where you could make your peace. It's the whole thing. It's so sudden that anybody in that family going to be like, man, if they didn't take off in that fog that day, if they drove in an Uber. Heck, Cam Newton drove one. Remember that time Cam Newton got in an accident? His truck flipped a couple of times, and he broke his back. Many people died from that stuff. And so and he was just doing a routine drive to the facility. And so, you know, I just look at it as that many times we take, I hit you back tomorrow, we don't talk for 6 months. Or you got a beef with your folks and you don't squash it. Because Kobe had beef with his mom and his dad. And they never squashed it with him.
And Smush.
And now they'll never get a chance to. And it was over something small.
Yo, don't nobody care about Smush, man. Smush can go get on a helicopter and not make it. As far as
someone asked Slava Medvedenko his thoughts. Find him.
But you're right though, man. And we all. Well, I can't speak for everybody. I'm guilty of that too. I had an aunt that I had beef with, and I ain't spoke to her in so long that my wife was like, "Yo, what she ever do to you?" And I was like, "Yo, honestly, I forgot."
See,
I got beef like that with.
And I'm different, Jim. Like, I'm not a grudge holder at all. So I rarely have like any long-term beef with anybody, but I'm just still bad at keeping in touch. So it's like something can happen,
but you know,
and they won't be like,
you know, it's bad.
We were mad at each other, but they're gonna be like, Ninja ain't called me in 2 years.
Yeah, you know it's bad though when you don't know what the grudge is for. See, that's one of the positives though about social media. Is like you could check in with people more. Like even if it's like, you know, what's up? Right. You know what I mean? Like you check in with people more because of social. That's one of the positives.
Yeah, that's a positive. That's definitely.
I mean, because
I know relatives that I absolutely would not know if it were not for social media. Shout out to Deb too, because we will argue at 9 in the morning, and then we'd be cool by 1 p.m.
And that's the thing, you know what? Like Facebook. That's because to me, that's what Facebook is. Facebook is like a Rolodex. Like when I, you know, what I mean, that's where my family is, which is probably why I'm going.
Mine too.
But that's either here or there.
Yeah.
But you know.
You know what?
No,
I know
it
you guys
definitely is.
probably got other people. I know you guys probably got like other people chiming in.
Yeah,
all
we
the
do.
things taking my call. Thing is though, with this whole story, I just look at it as like, you know, like there's no you can do the best tribute you can. And if I was in the NBA, I say, you know, the best tribute is you bust your ass every game like Kobe did. You play like he was broke, even though Kobe had like generational wealth by the time he was 22. He still played like he was broke. And I love the fact that one time
Tobias is basically saying that Kobe's death should put an end to load management.
Yeah, he did.
That too.
He's shooting at these dudes.
But you know what though? But the thing, but like Dwayne Wade told a story. Like Dwayne Wade was in a bar, probably making a break baby at the time. But Kobe Brewer's phone up there playing the Celtics was talking about like how do you beat the pick and roll, they trap and
Pick
stuff.
and roll.
And it was like Kobe was always seeking knowledge. He was always trying to learn, and that's the one thing I liked about him. He didn't go off saying,
But
good.
Tobias, that story right there is what separates him from other people because he asked somebody younger than him, like, yo.
Anybody else would have been prideful. He asked the dude who was chasing him. He was chasing him.
I can't even ask nobody younger than me nothing because I'm like,
I can't act, yo, Tobias, that level of pride, like, dude was amazing. He was amazing. He was a scientist. That's a
and my last thing before I go is that LeBron. I remember this years ago. LeBron, D Wade, and Carmelo, when they talk about that 08 Olympic team, and it's watching that example Kobe set with work ethic, preparation, set the tone for the rest of their career. They all had their best years after that.
My man could have said every time down, I want the rock and I'm shooting early. Y'all go get a rebound. Instead, my man said, y'all score. I'm going to be the defensive stopper.
And close the game.
Who does that at his age and state? By that time, he was like 14, 15 years in. Well, maybe not that, about 13. Like, who does that at Kobe's stature? Yo, he was amazing, man. People that don't like Kobe don't really like themselves, man.
Yes, and also, and guys, you guys have a good one, and also dear white women. If you're going to criticize Kobe, let's talk about Ben Roethlisberger at the same time, Sarah Spain. Hey, you guys have a wonderful day.
Sarah, you know, she's been a guest on our show. We're going to have to call Sarah. All right, Tobias, we're going to be on Sunday. You know, we'll check. You know, we'll put the times in the chat. We're going to be on for a little while. We got to do our Super Bowl preview show since we haven't talked about the Super Bowl in like.
Yeah. I'll chime in. Hey, you guys.
Yeah. Have your final score and your MVP ready on Sunday. So we'll holler at you then. All right, let's stick with the phone lines. Oh, we got the homie Savad calling in from the great state of Texas. What up, Vod?
Hey, what's going on, fellas, man? Thank you for taking my call.
Oh man, it's nothing.
Already.
Man, thank you for making that call, and shout out to you for making sure that you dialed in and came through on someone who's better than Tim Duncan, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Anyway,
you know
y'all don't know, Savad is one half of the Tissue and the Tape hip hop podcast crew. He's also one of the co-hosts on the future award-winning podcast Safe Space. What up, Vod?
1 quarter.
Hey, what's going on, Dad? What's going on, guys? I had to chime in real quick.
Hold on. How Dad get a dad and we get you guys? Like, what's that about, though?
I answered the phone. The phone.
Exactly.
You got to be formal to the person who answered the phone.
Come on, man. And anybody that's ever listened to the Tissue and the Tape podcast, you know, I give you guys individual shout-outs every time. So salute the Dev, B. Austin, Jimmy. Thank you for taking my call. Tobias, that was a great call, by the way. I enjoyed some of the things that he talked about.
No doubt.
You didn't enjoy him picking the Niners, though, did you?
I actually enjoyed that a lot, Jim.
Vod is like me.
I want for everybody to pick the Niners.
I know.
He's like me.
I peeped how Vod is only posting people picking the Niners. Like, Vod on some, like,
when the Eagles in the bowl, I wanted
quadruple double reverse psychology.
All negative smoke.
You don't want too many people believing in your team because then, you know, you don't want to imagine, because it's all in our minds. You don't want to imagine that your team is reading those clippings and getting a big head about it.
Exactly. Well,
you want all the negative smoke.
I caught my partner Phil trying to sneak encourage Jimmy G on Twitter. I had to shut that down myself. I was like, whoa.
Yo, I peeped that. I peeped that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Don't ever think we don't believe in you. We believe in you. There's no need to have a chip on your shoulder. But what I did want to say about Kobe, everything is hip hop with us. Last decade, obviously, one of the most famous rap lines, one of the most tweeted, quoted rap lines was, he wasn't with me shooting in the gym. And I was actually listening to that this morning.
Hated that
it was just so amazing.
Hated that it had to be him.
But like, if you think about it, like, dude, if you really want to give him credit for that, like anybody else in that situation, their woman with $150 million sitting in front of them, with all the things that he may or may not have done to her, she would have just taken the money and run. But this dude was so ill that he bought her a ring and gave her 2 more children on top of the 2 that they had, and still kept her and still continued to build their family to the beautiful point that it was, where you don't, like growing up in the 80s and 90s, like with, the Jordans and all the different people that we heard where, these people took halves, Johnny Carson and whatnot. Like, Kobe was special in that respect where he, like, nah, like, Mamba mentality, like, nah, you ain't going nowhere, and we about to have 2 more. I always admired that part because people had written it off and basically put it in rap songs that he was about to cut the check to his wife, and he was like, nah, not exactly, not really. I always thought that was
and the funny thing is, he actually checked.
They were divvying up his stuff between her and her mom. Like, it was all in the news.
Yeah.
Yo, he checked.
Dude,
he
don't give up on
checked
nothing.
Drake about that and told him that he didn't appreciate it. Like, he's like, nah, because, Drake thought he was on Kobe's side by saying that. He was like, nah.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, I forgot what athlete it was. It wasn't T. It was one of the athletes that was on, whatever that show was, to Get Up. Like I told you, I've been watching so much Kobe content, it's out of control. I think it was Paul Pierce. And Paul Pierce was saying how, like, they were rivals, but later in their career, they became business partners in some venture. And he said that Kobe told him, like, yo, he's so competitive that he told his wife, yo, we going to compete in marriage. We're going to be the best old couple there is. Like, he's trying to compete. Just being married is a competition to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo. Like, yo, we're going to be the best couple. Like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Nah, that always stuck with me. And, I mean, obviously, the battles that he had with the Spurs, the 2008 Western Conference Finals, I mean, if anybody wants to put that up on YouTube and just look at just a master class on really dominating an opponent and imposing your will, that was definitely one of the ones that hurt as a Spurs fan, but it was good to see that level of competition happen.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs just didn't have the best player on the court at that time, so there was nothing that they could do.
The 2001. The 2001 conference finals, what Kobe did in that, but Shaq gets the Finals MVP, so people forget. Whoever gets that is the only person on the team. But what he did in the 2001 conference finals, but he gives the Spurs props. I think he started talking about it a little bit more to ease the blow of the comments that made Shaq a little sensitive about being lazy. They could have won such and such amount of championships. After that whole thing, he changes it. Like, why didn't y'all win 10 championships? And he says one word: Spurs. Bottom line.
Right.
Yo, but shout out to
I think that's more of the truthful answer. So I do believe him, but he still wanted to say Shaq.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah,
Tim Duncan actually showed emotion over the whole Kobe thing. So shout out to him for that. Because Tim Duncan really shows emotion about anything.
Did he change his clothes?
He didn't do that, but he was crying a little bit.
He was wearing the same.
Maybe you can help me.
Your biggest rivals bring stuff out of you, man. You care about it. I mean, look at Magic and Bird. I mean, I really think Magic way more than Bird, but Magic be on his cool off a little bit.
Bird don't care about Magic as much as Magic.
They definitely love each other.
It is 60-40 Magic, but Bird be drawn to.
Magic's just a bigger personality, so it's always going to come off like Magic's a little
But you know what, though?
right?
Larry Bird draws on everybody. Larry Bird, anybody that's a great player, Larry Bird draws. It's not just Magic, it's everybody. Like, yo, I heard Larry Bird talking about LeBron, and I was like, yo, if he don't stop, he sound worse than court. Like, Larry Bird gives every great player their props. Like, Larry Bird don't mind talking about how great somebody else is.
He called Michael Jordan God. I mean,
he did.
That should cap it. That should cap it all off.
For a long time though, Larry Bird was in, he was in management in the NBA. So you kind of gotta be, never know who you might have a shot at.
That's
Magic
true too. I know. Last year he had made a joke. Last year he made a joke. He was like, "Yo," he said, "the players in today's game would have crushed all of us because they just better than us." And people got offended by that, like a lot of people from his era. And he was like, "Yo, that's what it is."
Yo, that's crazy. Savas, salute to you for pointing out the use of competitive greatness as a tool of positivity in marriage. And I think that, we spend time knocking folks that are overly competitive, but for someone like Kobe to be able to find that balance and use his competitive nature as a stepping stone into positivity, I think that deserves a salute.
No, I had no idea what
Mamba mentality.
That sounded fire. I don't know what you just said.
Marriage, Mamba marriage mentality, man. That's
Mamba marriage mentality.
Mamba marriage mentality, man. That's and I relate that to almost like being an MC in a booth or in a group. It's like we all celebrate what it is that we do as maestros of the microphone in this sports media thing and give each other props and respect. But I think I'm the best. Dev thinks he's the best. Jimmy thinks he knows he's the best. Y'all think y'all the best.
Yeah, I know.
That's that Mamba.
I'm that guy.
That's that Mamba mentality.
Actually, I put my vote out for Roy Burton. Shout out to the Broad Street line.
Roy Burton.
Roy Burton. Roy Burton. If
nice.
you listen to this, you the GOAT, yo. I
Roy Burton
live,
nice.
like run the board, and cook. Like,
if I'm Kobe, Roy Burton is Kobe's muse.
Yo, Roy Burton is the Kobe of podcasting.
Yo, I'm not even joking, man. Like I was rooting for Roy and Chris for that Philly. Remember that contest that we even entered a video into, Jim?
Oh, that
like we entered a video into a contest to get a show on Philly radio, but I was rooting for them to get it. I mean, especially the Broad Street, like they do national stuff on the Broad Street line, but their show is more catered to Philly anyway.
Yeah,
so
Philly centric.
That on top of Roy's skills and Chris's personality, I really wanted them to get that. But this back to this Kobe situation, man. It's been difficult, man. Like it's never hit me like this. I know we spoke about this earlier. Like as far as celebrity deaths go, it's just there's nothing that can compare. And the crazy part about it is we talk about people, and we've always talked about people like, man, if we lost such and such, I would be blah blah blah. I've never even thought about it. I've never thought about Kobe not being here and how I would feel if he wasn't. So that might add to it, like the shock factor, like B. Austin said, the fact that it was just some freak tragedy. I said this on the other show, when Michael died, when Prince died, when Whitney died, to an extent, Biggie and Pac, like there was some kind of self-destructive behavior that led to most of that. With the first three, drugs. Biggie, I can't really blame that on him, but my ass wouldn't have been in L.A. after all the stuff that was going on. So I think
was ready. I was ready for Pac to get on up out of here earlier than it happened. So
Yo,
I was expecting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it.
But on the real, like the Biggie thing, like You ain't no business in LA at that point in time. You really had no business. I'm not gonna blame it on him, but we could have played safe. We could have played it a little safer, and everything might have, let stuff die down for a couple of years. Because I mean, people were serious about that.
Yo, man, we all about
stopping somebody, so that's a little selfish.
We all about Kobe right now, but just back on the Pac, man. Your mom is one of the foundational members of the Black Panthers. How you end up Mob Piru, man? No shots to the brothers in the Mob Piru, but I'm saying, come on, Pac. You knew you was.
I mean, we could.
Pac
no,
was brilliant.
On, I don't even want to get into that because you're drawn right now.
Yeah.
No Pac slander. All I'm gonna say is
on the wrong path.
I was effed up over Big, although I understand Dev's perspective on it. Big was probably my top three in terms of celebrity deaths. In terms of how I took it, probably was Kobe's definitely number one, and I'm not trying to be in the moment, but it is what it is. Honestly, Nipsey and then Big.
You wasn't hurt behind Big Pun? Come on, fam.
No, but here's the thing though. This
reminds me of man. We didn't feel like we knew Pun like that.
Yeah, because he didn't get a chance to even we didn't feel like we knew him. You're right. So this reminds me.
Right.
Prince
I used to think my mom used to tell me a story when I was younger about how her generation when Marvin Gaye died, how everybody was hurt. And I used to sit there and tell her but y'all didn't even know him for real. And she was like, you don't understand. I'm like, I don't. But now I get it.
Now you get
it.
Now I get it.
Y'all crying over a singing bowl for.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, what you talking about? You ain't no boy.
Now every 10 minutes,
you don't get it.
Us. And the older you get,
I get it now.
So now that Kobe hit us at this age, it's like it's no holds barred on this one. Shout out to Neil in the chat room. She said Kobe hit her hard because she was a super fan. He was the only athlete she ever admired and was the sole reason she started watching basketball. Ironically, that statement I've heard, but I've heard it this week from NBA players. I heard several NBA stars say Kobe is the reason I picked up a basketball. They didn't say my pop.
Yo.
Because my son better say my pop is the reason I picked up a basketball.
And not say
because he actually didn't pick it up and put it in his crib.
A lot of these young Sahobs ain't got dads though, so you can understand.
Yo, stop it. Yo, but I'm gonna tell you one thing, DeMar DeRozan was like Kobe was everything.
DeMar DeRozan straight up said Kobe was my pop. Basically, he was like Kobe was my pop. So that's what he meant to me.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy ain't arguing. You seen it?
It's definitely a understanding, especially for those guys who grew up in the LA area. You know what I'm saying? As big as he is in that city, if you're a kid growing up in LA and maybe you weren't playing basketball yet, or if you are, you are a hooper, who else you gonna look up to? And especially if you're a guard, anywhere from a guard to a small forward. Who else are you going to look up to? Shaq had his dominant run, but it's different from who you thought was most dominant and who you wanted to be like.
Vince Carter?
And Kobe, there is an argument. There's a lot of people out there who still believe Magic is the greatest Laker of all time. A lot of people out there believe that it's Kobe.
That's dead.
Magic
No
says that it's Kobe. Kobe says that it's Magic. That's the modesty between the two and the respect. But they both just had a grip on that city like nobody else. Shaq and Kareem, have just as much of a stake to claim as far as best players. But I think Kobe and Magic, what they did kind of transcended even what they did on the court, even the championships that they won. They just own the city.
But here's the thing, though. The reason most people say Magic is because Magic repped the brand more so than Kobe. What I mean by that is Magic was Mr. Laker to the point where Magic not only played for the Lakers, he was the Lakers coach. He was the Lakers president. He was the partial owner. I mean, he was the VIP in the Forum Club. So he was pretty much a mascot.
The ambassador.
I know that sounds demeaning, but that's what he was.
Yeah.
I just some breaking news. This saw this in the chat.
Good news.
2020 NBA All-Star reserves. I don't know if y'all care about this, but I'll just read them out real fast.
Yeah.
In the East, we got Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Ben Simmons, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, and Sabonis.
Court height. Jason Tatum.
Yeah, and Sabonis is on there as well. Dominant Sabonis. In the West, we have Damian Lillard, who was drawn. Like, did y'all see Damian Lillard pull up from half court like multiple times? Russell Westbrook.
Damian Lillard averaging like 52 points over his last 3.
Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, the Joker, Rudy Gobert, Brandon Ingram, Russell Westbrook, and Chris Paul.
Brandon Ingram. Brandon and Ben, same draft class.
Yo, wow.
Yeah.
I was really rooting for Derrick Rose to end up in this All-Star game, but I wanted to see Mumbles.
Man, I
wanted to see Mumbles make it.
I wanted to see Zach before Derrick Rose
on 4 on them. But I'm shocked that Devin Booker though. Devin Booker didn't get in.
Gunning ass Devin Booker no All-Star.
Crazy.
Devin Booker. He's a stat guy on the bad team. But I mean, that never really mattered in the NBA All-Star game. There's always bad team stars in the game. But I think now, voters starting to vote for everything the exact same way. So if they're looking at 2 guys, they're going to be like, well, he does more
He's
for
winning.
He
does more for winning, yeah.
And that's why a guy like, Zach LaVine can do what he's doing right now and still not make it. That's why Devin Booker can do what he's doing right now and still not make it.
I wanted Melo. I wanted Melo to make it, but I knew it wasn't right. Like I'm
Melo.
Happy. Yeah.
Melo,
yeah.
Dope for dog food.
What
you want, Hops? Dope for dog food.
Hey, Vi, you got any last thoughts on this tragedy?
No, Vi was still on.
Y'all right. No, I will say, it's a tremendous loss, obviously. And what we talked about earlier this week, like I've been a Chiefs fan since I was 10. I'm 40 now, so it's 30 seasons basically. And I never imagined the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. I just thought it wasn't possible. They made it, and I just don't care. I'm starting to feel a little bit. Yeah, it just feels odd. I haven't really been watching much of the coverage.
It'll ramp up.
It'll ramp up. Yeah, I'm hoping that tonight I'll probably take some time to watch some stuff. But it just feels weird. It's just a dark cloud over the sports world, and it's just odd. But hopefully, and we'll talk Sunday. I have my prediction ready. Hopefully, there'll be a little bit of solace for people that were not only Kobe fans, but also Chiefs fans on Sunday.
Vi going to predict the 49ers by 20.
That's right.
The 49ers by 47 points. He's going to say 55-10 49ers.
There you go.
They're going to get Broncos.
Take it back to Super Bowl 23.
Hey, too soon.
Hold up. They can't be out here getting Broncos.
No doubt.
All right, man. I'll let you on Sunday twice.
Vibe, peace,
all right, guys. All right, thank you. All right, now.
Vibe.
All right, we got some more calls here.
Did he also say he thought Melo was gonna make it though?
Nah, I didn't say he was gonna. I said I wanted him to, man.
Yo, Melo got in the league like 10 games ago. Melo ain't have a job. I guess B really was thinking Melo was gonna get a retirement tour.
A sympathy joint, yeah.
In my Draymond voice, what you think, you Kobe? They don't love you like that.
Yo, you talking to Paul Pierce?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking to Paul. Yeah,
was he talking to Paul Pierce?
Yeah. In the game.
He's like that, man.
He's like, what you with Kobe? All right, before we
killed him. He killed the truth.
Before before we go back to the phone lines, I just want to give the quote of the week. Now, B, you might be able to help me with this because I don't really know where it came from. I know my wife sent it to me, and then you actually said it on the other show. So I had no idea where it came from because I asked her where it came from. She's like, she don't know. She just saw it on the gram. But the quote of the week, leaving your home and getting back safely is such an underrated blessing. Now, B, I know you saw somebody say it. I don't know if it originally came from them, but we can at least cite them for saying it.
Dog, that was
I'll go ahead and cite. I'll go ahead and cite the person I got it from, which was the big homie Kareem Biggs Burke of.
Which I don't think he made it up. But
I don't think he did.
He screenshotted it. That was actually going like that was a trending thing on like Twitter.
So
it came from let's just say the tweets. The streets made it up.
It came from
DJ Khaled would say,
it
come
from
the streets.
She's like, I just saw that on the gram. All right, so one more time. Leaving your home and getting back safely is such an underrated blessing. And, that never rings more true than, this week. Or if you've had certain things like that happen to you in your family or anything like that, it's definitely an underrated blessing because you leave your house every day. Your life may be routine. You might do the same thing every day, and you take for granted that, okay, see you when I get back. And sometimes people just don't come back for whatever reason. Freak accidents. In our case, we get pulled over and killed by the cops. Whatever. Whatever may happen. Just anything that can happen. But I really do think it is an underrated blessing. And if you're spiritual in any way, or if you're religious, some of y'all understand that there's a difference between the two. Thank whoever you thank when you get home every day. Hey, thank whoever you thank you wake up every day. You know what I'm saying? I just think all throughout the day, we should all stop taking everything for granted and thank whoever we thank. In all of these different situations, man, because families, this is a big one because he's famous and we all know him, but families get torn apart like this every day. So very underrated blessing, man.
It was a great philosopher. His name was Jaheim, who wrote a song that was called "Just in Case," and in the song, the lyrics of the song, he's telling the young lady, you never know that I might not make it home, so therefore every day you should give me the yams. And I understand what he mean by that. So so all the ladies listen, man, take care of your fellas because you just don't know. You just don't know.
Never know.
Just in case. Yeah.
So I'm trying to look out for the brothers out there, man. Listen, y'all never know. So like Jaheim say, man, just in case.
Yeah, one of y'all text Brandy. Stat of the week before we if you're on the phone line, we're about to get to you. Stat of the week. Of course, we know this happened the night before Kobe's helicopter went down. This was why he was in the news the way he was. But LeBron James, with 33,655 points, surpassed Kobe Bryant on Saturday night, who ended his career at 33,643 points for third place on the all-time NBA scoring list. That probably would have been the stat of the week anyway, regardless of what happened this week. But even now, this rings of more importance because, like I just said, this was the very reason that, Kobe never left our sight. Kobe, he's still in every sports argument every single day, but he was really, really up front and center because LeBron was paying homage to him, that night after the game. Kobe's last tweet was a congratulatory tweet to LeBron James. The Lakers, LeBron and the rest of the Lakers found out while they were on their team plane going back to LA because they ended up staying the night in Philly because the game ended so late. They found out on the team plane about what had happened to Kobe. You saw the footage of LeBron hugging folks on the tarmac when they got off the plane. it was just a sad day, man. Like, because you can understand how this brother feels. Like, yo, I just poured my heart out about this dude. I just told people how I came into this league chasing him, looking up to him. Like, he told a story about when he first met Kobe at a camp. Kobe gave him, as a matter of fact, he was at a tournament in Philly. Kobe was in Philly, I believe, to play the Sixers. I don't know if he said Kobe may have been a rookie or something. I don't know. Whatever the story was, LeBron and Mav ended up traveling from wherever they were to Kobe's hotel. He got a chance to meet him. Kobe gave him some advice and gave him some sneakers, which were size 14s. LeBron wore size 15. Even though they were too small, he idolized this man so much that he wore them in the game that he was in Philly to play on national TV, balled out in a pair of shoes that were too small for him. It's just stories like that, man. And we always talk about it. LeBron fans hate Kobe for some reason. Kobe's fans hate LeBron for some reason. And you guys waste all of that energy, throwing acid on the other player when these dudes love each other. Like, it really makes no sense. And the rivalry was manufactured anyway. Kobe and LeBron have never played a game in the NBA that had any sort of meaning to it. So you're not really, rivals like that. I joked today with Jimmy. I was like, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James were bigger rivals than Kobe and LeBron. They came in the same draft.
They shipped up twice together.
Right. And then they ended up joining each other. But every game they played, being in the same conference, had way more meaning than anything LeBron and Kobe ever did on the court together. It's just, this is just one of those lessons. Like, people just waste too much time being overly personal in a negative manner about these athletes that they don't know because of some persona that they see out on the basketball court, and maybe
that's what sports is, man. Like, I understand what you're saying.
Conference.
I understand what you're saying, but that's like that's what fanatics are, man. Like, they take that stuff personal, man. Like, I'm telling you, my perspective is just a little different because growing up with old heads in Philly, they hated Bill Russell. They would be the same way, disrespecting Bill Russell because they were Wilt guys, and they didn't even want to give Russell props at all because they're Wilt guys. And
people
I just imagine that. So it's like things just repeat themselves. Things just repeat themselves.
No doubt.
Like,
yeah, no doubt. People didn't change.
You know
I mean, I'm sure it's always been like that. People definitely haven't changed.
It's just that now we have a platforms now where we can see the talk across the country.
Yeah, you see
in real time.
Into everything everybody's saying.
Yo, it's like a barbershop conversation that's constant.
Right. All right, let's go to a couple more calls. We got Rob from out in Cali, big Lakers fan. Rob, what's going on, man?
Rob.
Yo, it's your boy Big Rob, a.k.a. Yo, I caught the coronavirus because they ran out of tequila. But anyways, man, what's good? How you doing?
Yeah.
Rob,
I
man.
don't get that one.
All right, as you, how you doing? You out there close to
what you doing, bro?
Is they giving out sympathy yams out there or no?
You said what?
Sympathy yams, man. Sympathy yams.
Sympathy yams, man. That's what's popping out there, man.
The no yams in the world can change the feeling. If I had Pinky, Cherokee, and Mellow Fox, that still wouldn't change, anything right now. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out
let
to
me
Mellow
find out.
Fox because she don't get enough credit for the work that she does in the art
first ballot,
that she
first
creates.
ballot.
Yes,
First
absolutely.
ballot.
Absolutely.
No Jeter.
Oh Lord, but nah, man.
And Anna Fox. I'm sorry. Anna Fox over Melrose though. But go ahead, Rob.
No, I don't want. But I will say this: like, I wish I would have, because I'm gonna watch the War Room Sports Kobe segment because
you need to.
and I need to, but it's kind of because y'all older guys, y'all do way more mature audiences, and so y'all grew up with the
like
Jordans.
Hey, what you trying to call us old, man?
Wait, listen. The Jordans, the Larry Birds, and that's good. But for those who are in their late 20s, and Kobe is our guy, especially in LA. He's our guy. He's people who kids grew up with. LA is a basketball city. People think glamorous and stuff outside. I mean, I remember as a kid, we would do math quizzes on like Shaq's free throw percentages. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Like
yeah, y'all couldn't count that high.
That's why y'all school system trash.
We were doing people when Kobe. I remember one time Kobe made like a game-winning shot and I was playing my basketball side and some dude just randomly came up to have a conversation with me about the game. Like, it was like people would like it's a basketball. So shoot, I remember, and this is me being stupid. I remember I was wearing my Iverson jersey, and I forgot. Oh, it was the finals, and some chick. I thought she was trying to holler at me, but she was really saying, "Hey man, yo, what's up? Like really though?"
Wait. Please don't tell me it was the finals against Philly.
And you was wearing an Iverson jersey.
Hey, man,
I mean, hey. In any city, you was trying to get jumped, but that's on you. Good luck with that.
It was a chick. I was trying to get jumped.
Hey, she still whoop your ass.
The Philly chicks would jump you too.
Anyway, she probably was from Philly. But anyways, listen, like, the atmosphere right now is complete devastation. I mean, people. Oh man, I remember just back in the day, just growing up. People forget Kobe was really hated. How much hated he was by the Jordan fans from the 90s. And it's like the more they start hating him, the older they got, the more they appreciate his work. Now, my theory is I think some Jordan fans became LeBron fans. That's just another story itself. But
that's something that I never understood either, Rob. Like, I was a big Jordan fan, right? And seeing Kobe being that close to Jordan, I mean, at least, even when he was young, at least being able to do things like Jordan, imitating Jordan. I'm like, I was never offended by that. Like, I'm sitting here saying, because I'm one of the guys who always preach, like, man, we're gonna hate it when these guys are gone. Like, we're doing all of this, we're being all negative. We're gonna hate it when they're gone. So I see somebody who's just like my hero. I'm sitting here like, damn, we could be possibly getting a reset. Like, I took to Kobe instantly once he got to the league. Maybe it was a little bit of Philly bias, but you can't call that for everybody because half the people in Philly hated him for some reason.
I'm probably the one that's most qualified to chat on that. And for me, man, quite honestly, I knew from the outset that Kobe was very, very special. And my idea of God's gift to basketball and the foundation of the basketball universe is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And so to see a kid imitate and get that close to a carbon copy made me uncomfortable. So I'm like,
made a lot of people uncomfortable. It's just how you look at it. Because for me, I'm like, shit, we might get a Mike reset here. So I'm sad because his career is about to be over, but maybe we can see something that's like him.
For me, my perspective is a little different as someone that rooted for him because he repped my squad. But I get it because in my lifetime, the two most polarizing figures in all of sports, forget basketball, are Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And Kobe's reign or era, whatever you want to call it, came in between those two. So I get it. So you have the Jordan people who don't want to admit that, Kobe's that guy. and then the LeBron folks who also do, because Kobe's in the middle of them. It's sort of like
and the thing is, Jim,
Kobe Bryant
he's definitely like a bridge. Like, he didn't really get to have his own full era to himself because he came in on the tail end of Mike, and then, you know, by the time Kobe won his last 2 chips, LeBron was already. A lot of people thought he was already the best player in the league. I didn't agree with that, but
he didn't have some full era. I mean, he did it because his squad wasn't that nice, and even if Shaq was still on the Lakers, let's just hypothetically say he was still on the Lakers. He was still on the tail end of his career. Like, Shaq was already banged up, and you know.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is, timing matters, man. Timing matters. For instance, man, I'll give you a quick analogy. Like, you talk about Michael Jackson, who's Dev's guy. Because Michael Jackson exists and because Chris Brown exists, Usher doesn't get his props as being there as one of the elite R&B singers. He's the Kobe Bryant of R&B. Yo, that's ill. Anyway, because Usher got arguably 3 great albums. You know what I mean? And shout out to all my people out there who love R&B, because I'm an R&B head. But the fact is, he'll never get his props because he's in between 2 guys who are polarizing for various reasons. And that's all I was saying about Kobe, because he comes in between a LeBron and a Mike, who in my lifetime, they're the most polarizing athletes that exist. Like, they're bigger than the game of basketball. Let's keep it, regardless of how you feel about Mike's game, because of how he's marketed in association with Nike, and you can say the same thing for LeBron, they are bigger than the game. I mean, it's a reason why LeBron's redoing Space Jam, right? Like, nobody else did that. Mike did it, and who else is going to do it? You know what I'm saying? So it's like these are the 2 most polarizing guys in history, like in sports in my lifetime. Forget basketball. And Kobe's in between there. So that's kind of like he got caught in between it.
Right. All right, Rob, we got other callers on the line, but real quick, give us your Super Bowl pick real quick, just in case we might be on too early for you on Sunday. I mean, we'll let you know the time when we get it, but and you know, if you change your mind and want to change your pick, you can call in Sunday. But what's your Super Bowl pick?
All right, and I'll talk about my favorite Kobe moment later. You know, there's a bunch of them, but
or you can do that. You don't have to give a Super Bowl pick. If you just want to give one more thought about Kobe,
you give a Super Bowl. What's your favorite Kobe moment then? He bagged one of your Johns. What's up?
No. Nah. I don't think he bagged any check since he bought his wife that Lamborghini, that dry stick. The only Lamborghini that's dry stick that's automatic, you know, ain't nothing. But as far as my Super Bowl picks. Okay, Seth. As much as I like Patrick Mahomes, you know, and Andy Reid and what he done over there. I call him the black quarterback guru, you know. He's
black.
like he's like the custom model was to Tyson, you know, except he's heavier. I don't know, man. I think the defense, San Francisco, scary, but can they step up if it's a shootout?
Tell us. Give us your pick, man. We gotta get to these other calls, right?
I may change my. I really want the Sean McCoy Renegades championship, but I think for Kaepernick, I want the Chiefs to win, but my heart is just telling me San Francisco is gonna come out and we're gonna get some bandwagoners. And my fault on the calls, but my one of my favorite Kobe moments. There's a couple. There's
You gotta hurry up, man. It's people waiting.
Yo, hurry up,
huh? I guess when we beat two moments when we beat the last 2 championships, when he beat Orlando Magic, and by the way, that proved that Vince Carter is a fraud, is not a Hall of Famer, because what was he down in that series?
Mm-hmm.
And also,
damn, no.
It's true. I'm sorry, but what was he at?
Wait, why is Vince Carter a fraud? What did he have to do with that?
What
did he do wrong?
In the Magic.
What?
Huh?
When he played for the Magic?
He was in that series.
Oh.
Vince Carter was not in that series, dude.
I'm pretty sure he was. Vince
Carter was not in that series, man.
If he was, my apologies. I think when he beat Boston, I think that was a memorable rivalry. What?
He said Vince Carter was a fraud. Yo. Dwight Howard was running, but like Jameer Nelson was the second best player. He had Hedo Turkoglu. It was that squad. Carter wasn't on that team.
Yo, Rob.
Yo,
you okay, man?
Huh?
You good, fam?
I mean, wait. I know.
No, you're not way off. Vince Carter didn't go there till the next year.
Yo,
he
Rob watched
was
that game on
Telemundo. He was in 2009, 2010. He went down there. But even at that point, when he went down to Orlando in 09-10, like Vince Carter was only averaging like 16 points at that point. Vince Carter was already pretty much on the downside of his career.
Yo, he said Vince Carter was on the downside in 2010, and Vince still playing in 2020.
And he's still playing, right? Now he's just on the I don't know what.
Now he's just on the slide.
Yeah. But Rob, we gotta go, man. So thanks for your call. Hit us up on Sunday, man, and we'll talk more about the Super Bowl. All right.
All right. Shout out to Tobias, you country ass dude. What's up, man?
All right.
All right, man.
All right, let's go to the phone line. I apologize to brother Joe. Joe in Tampa, man. Sorry for the week.
What's up, fellas?
In the war room. What's up, man?
What's going on, Joe?
Hey, man. Listen, I always liked Kobe, but you know the thing that I think that you truly love the most, and you can see it even more now, is that he never cheated you. He was never one of these low management guys. Man. He gave you everything he had every time he was on the court, man.
Great point.
I mean
he was a little to the point where he was a little obsessive with it. Like you always hear those.
Yeah,
stories,
exactly. I'm about to say, if the year he blew his Achilles out, I think he averaged almost 40 minutes a game. And you think if he just took a couple plays off, a couple games off, if he doesn't have that injury, that career, threatening injury. And, I heard someone say, someone say that, maybe he could have got close to 40,000 points if not for that injury. So, man, it's just...
and they say that, though, but, my brother had an Achilles, and the doctor kind of told him an Achilles is basically a wear and tear injury. Like, the doctor basically said, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Like, maybe you can prolong it, go a little easier, but at some point it was going to happen just from the mileage that players put on it and the different movements. But no, you're right. Especially that season, though, because he worked so hard to get them back into that playoff hunt. I was saying the whole time, I'm like, yo, nobody want to see the Lakers because, Dwight Howard had come back, so they were getting a little bit healthier than they were. They tried it with the little quote-unquote bomb squad, and it wasn't working out for the regular season. But as the season stretch came, they started to get more dangerous. But like you said, Joe, he was playing a ton of minutes, and he never even got to.
And in a close game, man, who do you want to have the ball in their hands but Kobe? You know what I mean? I mean, he's an assassin, and he was the closest thing to Mike. We grew up with Mike. We grew up with Kobe. I mean, I'm a year older than him, man, and I remember I was telling my youngest son, I remember everything from Kobe's career from what I was doing. When he
moments in your life.
When he took Brandy to the prom, I remember, you know, that I remember when he scored the 81, watching SportsCenter the next night, you know, this man, and you know, and to lose, you know, Gigi, man, that's heartbreaking because as a dad, man, I couldn't imagine. I just couldn't imagine.
God.
Yeah.
And before I go, man, let's go with the Chiefs late. Let's say the Chiefs by 3. 34-31.
Mahomes MVP.
Honey Badger MVP, late pick.
Oh.
All right.
I'm trying to shake it up a little bit, man. Love you guys, Joe, man. Holler at y'all later.
All right, thanks for the call, Joe. Appreciate it. Hey, that was Joe Dennis. Actually, Joe, he wrote for us a couple times on the blog a long time ago. I didn't know that was him at first. Yeah, Joe wrote for us. Shout out to him. We got some more, but we haven't screened them. I think I know who this is on the line, but no, y'all just go ahead. I'll screen them, make sure everything is on the up and up here. Before y'all do, I just want to make sure we have. We did the stat of the week, man. Just the usual, man. You guys can check out our website at warroomsports.com. You know, when you're on our website, take your time, look around. You can click on that Contact Us tab if you want to send us a message about anything, personal or business. For general inquiries, email us at info@warroomsports.com. If you want to jump in that chat room and jump in the conversation tonight, you can do that. That's the By the Hood chat room. That's on blogtalkradio.com/thewarroom. You can sign up for a free profile on Blog Talk, but if you don't have one or if you don't want to do all that, you can sign into your Facebook and Twitter accounts. And, of course, we're taking calls for the rest of the evening. Your favorite Kobe Bryant memories, thoughts, games, moments, or just thoughts on the tragedy. The Digital Extreme Tech line at numbers 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted, but if you're already listening from your phone, just press 1 if you want to talk. And before we get back to the phone lines, just want to do a This Date in Sports History, which is brought to you by Bowie Falcons Youth Basketball Program. All right, we all know that the War Room family loves the kids. War Room love the kids. And since you all out there are part of our family, our radio family, it's time for y'all to show your love as well. The Bowie Falcons are a 7U and 8U burgeoning travel basketball program in the suburban Washington, D.C. area. We would like for you to please show your support by donating anything you can, anything you can spare to assist the program in its preparation for the 2020 summer circuit. All proceeds go to reserving gym time for practices, travel tournaments, local summer leagues, and the summer basketball camps as well. In addition to that, or in lieu of a donation, you can also purchase Bowie Falcons t-shirts and hoodies. The GoFundMe link, along with some apparel images, sizes, price lists, are available on the front page of our website at warroomsports.com. Just go to the website. You should see that should be the first flash picture that flashes up. If you click on that photo, that'll take you right to the GoFundMe page. Please show your support and help these young hoopers thrive. So before we get back to the phone lines, just want to give you guys a This Date in Sports History. This is one we actually had to dig for because it's trying to make it Kobe related. So I actually went through his game logs on every January 30th in his career. And the best game I found was January 30th, 2001. Kobe scored 47 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block on 12 for 26 shooting from the field, 23 of 26 from the free throw line in 41 minutes in the Lakers 102-96 win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Guys, he hit 47 points and did not hit 1 3-pointer in the game. He was 0 for 1 from the 3-point line. Kind of shows you where basketball is now because it's not even possible for a star to take 1 3-pointer in a game, let alone get 47 with only 1 attempt, unless your name is Ben Simmons. And even Ben has never scored 47 in a game. So he doesn't even count yet. All right, so Jim, you can talk about what happened while everybody was on the grind while we work on these last few phone calls. Screen time.
Word.
Yeah, man. Damn, because I was actually getting ready to ask you a different question, B. Austin. But I will get into what happened today while everybody was on the Grizz Nye. But before I get into that, though, real quick, this is something I'm going to ask you now as Dev when he comes back. This is one of those moments that we'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll make this a part of the grind topics. Because While You On The Grind is brought to you by Sports the Book. It's the greatest sports book ever written. Bottom line, you can get it at sportsthebook.com or wolvensports.com. The couple of other grind stories real quick is they say 3 recommended features run on Kobe's helicopter: the terrain awareness and warning system, cockpit voice recorder, and the flight data recorder. I've actually been on a helicopter before, but I don't know what any of that is. I don't catch them all the time. But
I was reading with Jim about the terrain awareness system, but I mean, I'm wondering, as fast as they say this helicopter was going, even when it was close to, terrain, like I wonder if that would have even made a difference. But I guess it must chime or something or make some kind of noise when you're flying a little too close.
Thing is,
from all reports, it was a foggy day, so. Who knows?
That's the one thing that I haven't really indulged in was what went wrong and all these kind of things, because to me it don't even matter.
It does not. It does not. You know what? At this point, it only matters on Kawhi Leonard's decision of whether or not he's going to fly helicopters again from now on. That's really
But
they keep talking about them sharing a pilot, and all of that.
The question I have for you guys regarding the whole Kobe thing is, this is one of those moments. Where were you when you heard? That's what I'm interested to hear. Where were you guys when you heard? B. Austin, where were you when you got the news?
I was sitting in my day room at my my table, partaking in some lunch, and my daughter ran up on me and said, "You heard? Kobe died." And I said, "Nah."
He was like, "That's out of it.
That's fake news."
Yeah,
so I started. I went to Twitter and I got angry at TMZ because on one hand I hate TMZ, but on the other hand I know they're always right. So I was like, all right, this is fake news, but I knew I had that cold feeling in the pit of my stomach, like, yo, it's TMZ though. They ain't never wrong.
Yeah.
That's why I was.
I mean, TMZ has killed off a couple people that ain't really died.
Lil
Wayne is still walking allegedly. They killed him before.
I don't remember them saying he was dead though. I thought they were saying he's basically the last rites.
It was on 2 different occasions. And I heard on one occasion they killed him, and the other occasion they said he was getting his last right. Now Wayne was heavy in the drug use at the time, so they could have been right both times. He probably did die and come back.
You said was heavy?
They might have died and came back. That's the thing. They report stuff so quickly. That could have been the case. He could have died.
They was like, look, odds are this. Lil Wayne was heavy he was heavy in the drugs at that time. So,
one thing they did get,
and they killed another.
They killed off Miley Cyrus one time.
Yeah, they killed Miley Cyrus off too, and she's still with us allegedly.
So for me,
but for the most part though, they right.
For me, to answer your question, I was in the barbershop for the second day in a row. Actually, this time because the boy had the flu.
Jim Jackson?
So he didn't play in his basketball games on Saturday and Sunday. So he had an appointment with me on Saturday, but he had to stay home because it was the last day. His doctor said he couldn't be around humans till Sunday. So I went out at the appointment, but his game on Sunday was right down the street from the barbershop. So, we told the barber, we'll just make another one for Sunday and I'll bring him in. So he went, he didn't play. He watched the game. Right after the game, we shot up the street to the barbershop. So we're in the barbershop and one of the barbers, a female barber, she was telling her, she had a phone out and she was showing everybody she's like, yo, Kobe died. Y'all hear anything about this? So I'm looking. Everybody had the same reaction that you guys. They're like, man, that's fake news. But then she showed me her phone, and just like B, it was a TMZ article, and I was like, oh man. So you immediately start scouring the net on your phone, but all you see is LeBron's, call-off of Kobe the night before because he passed him. So it's all LeBron related. It's all LeBron passed Kobe, pays homage, all that kind of stuff. That's all you can find. So you kind of breathe in a sigh of relief, but you also know that TMZ usually gets it hours before everybody else. So then, once we left, the story started to come out and they started to confirm it. So, yeah, I'll never forget that. Because remember, as soon as she showed me, I went to the chat and asked y'all. I'm like, yo, y'all hear anything about Kobe dying?
And Dev's the first person I heard it from. But when Dev said
I
did the same thing, I was like, yo, that's fake.
He's like, that ain't real.
Yeah. I was like, yo, that's fake. And then I started slandering Hank. I was like, Hank, I don't want to hear none of your jokes because it's fake. Like, I immediately went to, like, it's fake. And, right after that, I had to hit the tweets. Like, not the streets, but the tweets because it's the same thing these days. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag like heads. So I hit the tweets. And it was crazy because everybody was saying the same thing. Oh, that's fake news. Everybody was in, like, denial.
Everybody was
like a river. Everybody was like a river in Egypt. Don't even ask how. But
Scivey said TMZ killed Soulja Boy. I don't remember that, but
yeah, they did. They got that wrong too. They bodied him too.
Somebody said, "I wish he would have though." That's
not
me. I said not me. I said somebody said. Not me. Hey, but let's go because we only got like 15 minutes left. Man. Let's get to these phone calls. We got at least 2 more on the line right now. Let's go to Casey Mack down in the Dallas, Texas area. Then we're going to hit the homie Naj down in Georgia. Casey Mack.
What it do, fellas?
What it do?
What's up, Casey?
Rough week in the world of sports, man. Rough week.
Yeah, it is. I can tell you I was one of the few Kobe haters.
We know. We're well aware.
Shaq guy. My brother was a Kobe guy, so, we went back and forth with that and could not stand Kobe because he would just torch my Mavericks. Anytime, I still believe the 62 3/4 was way better than the 81 he scored against Toronto.
Yeah.
And I watched that. He could have scored 81 in that damn game. And believe it or not, he outscored my whole team. So
that's another know where you were moment.
Oh yeah.
I knew exactly where I was that moment. I was sitting in a hotel by myself in Hampton, Virginia, because it was the first time I had gone down to my now wife, who was my girlfriend at the time. It was the first time I had gone down there to visit her at her parents' house. And since she was just my girlfriend at the time, her parents wasn't having me stay at the house stuff. So I was chilling in a La Quinta Inn, watching Kobe destroy your Mavericks by myself.
Yeah.
Lonely night.
But, it's bad when he pulls himself out. He pulls himself out. He said, I don't need to play the 4. And he very well could have scored 81 10.
Take garbage. Take me out.
Yeah.
But
I do that all the time.
But if you dislike a guy because he torches your team, in my book is not the only book out there. That's understandable. You know what I'm saying?
But I hated him on the court.
We were bred to hate Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. So you walk around saying that stuff when you're young. I've grown to have a healthy respect for Larry Bird. I got his jersey hanging on my man cave. But I'm walking around when I'm young, Larry Bird, and I really don't know why. They told me I needed to. He busted his ass all the time. I hate Larry Bird.
Still hating.
And of course, you have more respect for the player once his career's done. When you look at the whole body of work, we're like, damn, he did this. And, we were fortunate to see him grow up from the 17-year-old to up to now. And the thing is, you have to have more respect for Kobe than any other athlete that ever lived. Simple fact that even the bad part of Kobe never hid from his transgressions. I mean, he ain't no business for his transgressions.
Like little. Never mind. Nothing. Go ahead, brother. You gotta go ahead and finish.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, like, he put his, he put his everything he did wrong or right was right in front of us. Folks judged him, but you know what? Kudos to him because when he was in the wrong, he didn't run from his problems. So I have to give him much respect for that.
Cause I hide my transgressions.
I was about to say, instead of hiding under a rock, Kobe used to leave court and come to the game.
Exactly. And
I'm like, if I just came from court, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a couple of days off because those questions, like you're expecting that. You expect to jump off the plane, even if you can duck the media because you're rushing to the game. You can't duck them afterwards, and the questions are really not going to be about the game. The questions are going to be about where you came from before the game. Same thing with like Vince Carter. He wasn't coming from anything, negative like a rape trial. Vince Carter rushed to Game 7 in Philly because he went to go graduate college. But all the questions that they wanted to ask Vince Carter was about, do you think you should have done that? And this, some people, it's hard to duck things because the media not just going to let you duck it unless you just go under a rock and hide. Yeah, I feel you.
And I tell you, that Sunday, believe it or not, when the news came out, I was asleep. So when I woke up, I woke about 4 something, and then I saw some type of text, and it showed Kobe's like a news thing, and I kind of rolled my eyes. So I said, "Really? Are we really doing this tabloid shit?" And all of a sudden, I looked down. There was like 27 missed phone calls and like 30 or 40 texts. And kudos to y'all. Of course, I went to your site, and I'm like this. You got to be kidding me.
Right.
I mean, and the funny thing about it was I was at work in the middle of the night. I was looking up 2019 significant deaths on YouTube. I BS you not. And I was like this. I said, I wonder what would be the first big death of this 2020. And I'd be daggone.
Yeah, that's creepy.
It was him. So,
that's creepy, man.
I didn't have this feeling. The last time I had this kind of feeling.
This on you, man. You might have just killed off one of my sports heroes.
Tupac died. I had this feeling when Kobe died. Michael and Prince pretty much lived a life,
All right, look, Casey Mack, I'm not famous, but if you ever have a feeling that I'm going to die, please tell me so I can stay in the house.
You know what?
If I stay in the house, I'm probably end up having a heart attack. Just let me know. But, if I got something planned that day, I'm canceling it.
It's unfortunate because I was really excited to see his next chapter.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like he had a lot of things going on, and he looked like he was in peace and having fun. And I appreciate Kobe more, as an adult than I did, during his playing days when he was the rival and a kid. Moving on to my Chiefs now. I know you got no color on.
We got another call to get to, so tell us what's going to happen on Sunday.
I'll say this quickly. I want to thank you all for bringing me back home to my roots. You are the reason why I am a happy Chiefs fan now. And y'all already know the story. I'm not going to go into it.
And the Super Bowl, that's why you're happy.
I guess I should be a little scared. I should be a little worried because I'm not worried about this game. I think we're going to perform very well. I don't think it's going to be a nail biter. I truly believe this time.
Man, it must be nice. It must be nice to have 2 wives, 2 teams, 2 every man. You figured it out.
All I'm gonna say
you brought me back home.
All I'm gonna say is Savai gonna have some.
I'm giving y'all all the credit.
Savai gonna have some words with you in the chat about all this confidence that you showing.
Hey, this go round, this Super Bowl, better offense will trump better defense.
It's Andy's time, man.
So I don't think it's going to be close at all.
All right. Well, we'll post in the chat when we're gonna be on for a little while on Sunday for a pregame, just in case you want to call in again. So if we'll holler at you then. If not, we'll holler at you in the chat.
Y'all be safe. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Yo, y'all man Tom Brady then posted like something cryptic on Instagram, and everybody's trying to figure out what it means. It's like him walking out the tunnel with his his regular clothes on. So everybody's speculating and saying he's out of New England, but nobody knows what it really means.
Could be retiring.
But yeah, exactly.
What speculation people have about him switching teams, I just can't see Tom Brady even wanting to be with another team at this point. Like, as much as people are like 90% sure he's gonna be a Charger or something crazy like that next year, I see him retiring before he's not a Patriot. Let's go to our last call, man. We got the homie Naj down in GA. Definitely wanted to get his perspective on everything tonight. Naj, what's up, man?
Naj.
What up? Man, hey. The reason Tom posted that is because Bill already deactivated his damn card. Bill been trying to get that boy up out the man. Get up out of here.
That probably was a real photo of him leaving because he couldn't get in.
Yo, it's mad cryptic though. I'm thinking it might be a Super Bowl ad. I don't know.
Probably, man. You know that broadcast check, so probably. But yo, I got the news weird, man. It was from a ex that I don't really rock with like that, and ain't talked to in a minute. So she sent it. So I'm thinking like, oh, some weirdo. Like, okay, whatever. Let me go to Twitter, start looking.
Wait,
you know that.
Were you a Kobe fan?
Nah, I'm not a.
Because I'm trying to think, like, for her to do that, maybe she remembered that you were a fan. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds weird. But
I know some basketball news before you know it. I guess she probably got it 5 minutes before. You know what I mean? Before I was.
She's trying to poop on you.
I think so, sir. I feel like that was a shot. But no matter what, bro, y'all just kind of touched on it. Even when you don't like a player, though, like Kobe, you have a respect for him. You know what I mean? As one of the all-time greats. And you root against them. So, you know what I mean? You still enjoy that person's career. And I think y'all got a similar feeling with LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't rock with dude, but you respect, you know what I mean, what he brought to the game.
No, that'd be awesome.
That's just be awesome. I'm actually a huge fan of LeBron. Believe it or not, though, I'm more of a fan of LeBron James. I'm more of a fan of LeBron James the man than even a basketball player. I love what LeBron stands for, but that's a whole other story. But I get your point though.
Right. So so that respect thing, man, that sticks out with this. I mean, same thing with the dude we just named, Tom Brady. Most of us don't like him, but you respect the game. Respect the dude's one of those guys. But I since everybody's pulling obscure Kobe games, which is the dope way to do it to me, everybody don't do 81. Do something people ain't thought about. And the one, I'm going to give y'all one that's just crazy off the board, but if you're a basketball player, you'll understand it in full. Game 6, 2008, in Boston, they got smashed. But this is when people really fully bought into Uncle Kobe, scolding the young players. He was giving the Celtics buckets by himself, dead man walking, because they was getting blown out that night no matter what. But he was killing folks that night until the score got out of hand. And he was yelling at everybody all night about what they weren't doing, how people were soft, everything that you could think of with the memes with Nick Young and all these other guys, Sasha and all those guys, he was doing that day. But, yeah, if you get a chance, go watch that game, the first half of that game. Like, it's Kobe at his gunning, selfish best, giving people work. And if you, like I said, if you grew up hooping, you know when you go tell your peoples when y'all got blown out, I was killing. When nobody else doing you know it is. Right. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like if you get blown out, especially in an organized game, like you're gonna look mad with everybody else, but you're gonna sneak over to the scores table to see what you had in the books.
If you had a dub, you got to declare personal victory. Shout out to Klay Thompson when he was eased back in that chair when he was the only Golden State Warrior who showed up for that one game. Y'all remember that? But I mean, that's
You know what was a big one for me? That's kind of obscure. I may have heard one person say something about it, and for me, since I'm a Sixers fan, it sticks out. They were playing the Sixers one time. Might have been regular season in the 2001 season. Around the time when they played each other in the finals, but it was a regular season game. I don't know if it was the season before, the season of, or the season afterwards, but Allen Iverson had 16 points in the first half. So Kobe switched onto him, got the assignment for the second half, and Allen Iverson finished the game with 16 points. I'd never seen anybody stand in front of Allen Iverson like that. And that's the thing. As big as a Sixers fan I was always a Kobe fan. So, I'm mad about the loss at the end of the game, but I'm sitting out here like, yo, he proved something tonight. Nobody does that now.
I'll add to that rivalry though. Remember the rookie versus Rising Stars game? Iverson and Kobe are playing dead serious ball. They go to a timeout. Mm-hmm. They get on microphone, AI saying, "Man, you can't be letting Kobe get that shit, man. Get that shit." Like going off. This is the rookie first Rising Stars game. Kobe and AI are playing like, you know what I mean? This is game 7. Dead serious.
You're not, brother. You're not gonna see. If people tell me that the culture hasn't changed, you're lying to yourself, man. AI used to take them games serious. Kobe used to take them games serious. Hell,
that draft class was so nice, though. You had to use a game like that to separate yourself. You had to use that game.
That's what that was about. You was making your rep. But, on the KC game, look, man, I want to pick Mahomes, but I feel like, man, look, the coach has just been taking L's lately, bro. Everything tells me this is Andy Reid's time, and Mahomes is transcended, so he should get his first chip. But it's like the coach has been taking L's. MAGA defensive lineman going to the White House. Like, I can see all that going down. Like, man, I can see everything going the wrong way, bro. So I'm scared to put money up on KC, but I believe in them boys. I hope they get it done. But, damn, man. Bruh.
Those kind of Super Bowls that scare people, though. You expect somebody to go in with the high-powered offense and dominate, but then that high-powered defense just has the greatest day of their lives, like the Seahawks against the Broncos, the Patriots against the Rams back in the day, the greatest show on turf rams. It's a Super Bowl. You never can happen, man.
I can see Bosa tweeting Trump, getting congratulated and all that. It's already making me sick, bro. So
you know what, man? That's a really good point, man.
Chef cook meal in the White House.
They support Nick Bosa is the great white hope.
Woo. Nick Bosa can ball though, dog.
He can. No. Oh no question. He can do it. He can. It pains me to say that he can do it.
The Chiefs gonna win the bowl. The Chiefs gonna win the bowl, and the president's still gonna congratulate Nick Bosa on a great season.
The GOAT troll. He might do it, man. I can see it, but y'all be easy, man.
All right, man. Hopefully we hear from you next week. Hopefully we have a little more normalcy. Trying to ease away from this story. I have a.
And lastly,
we're gonna try.
Can you imagine helicopter company execs begging Google and Facebook and all these wealthy people who travel by? Dude, do you know what kind of deals they offering them right now?
Mm-hmm.
Still safe, man. Still safe. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
I know. All right, man. So
that's because I ain't got that kind of break.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm out here catching Ubers.
All right, man. We got through it as we always do, Jim. Like, we keep it light enough. And now let me go back down into my cave and watch stuff I shouldn't be watching and let the word work.
Yo, real quick, breaking news. It's not really breaking news. Nobody really cares. But the Panthers and Greg Olsen have mutually agreed to part ways. If anybody cares.
I see Greg Olsen like seriously on broadcast. Like Greg Olsen gonna be in.
He's in the booth.
He's probably gonna do the Super Bowl.
Greg Olsen's allegedly from part of the 7th floor crew from the U, but that's either here nor there. But what's your name? G-Reg. drops his drawers, and I show him third leg. My fault. I'm sorry. He got Don DeMarco. Anyway, real quick though, thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us for another briefing in the War Room. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, Facebook, Twitter. Those in the group chat, we appreciate you. Listen, tune in this Sunday live right here. We're going to tell you what time it's going to be on our social media pages. We'll tell you by Saturday night. We're going to give you some predictions for the Super Bowl on our 10th annual Super Bowl pregame show. So until then, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you right back here before the big game. Catch all of our conversations, everything we do at our hub, which is warroomsports.com. Get my book, Sports to Book, at sportstobook.com or warroomsports.com. Rest in power, Bean. Until next time, everybody, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance. We'll see you chumps on top. Just in case. Break bread, ladies.
6 to 8. Yeah. War Room Sports. Y'all ready? Let's go. Stay in tune to Jimmy. Know the blueprint. Yo. Every Thursday, 6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev, PJ, B. Austin, Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. If not, dial 323-140012. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Yeah. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic in the block push. Listen live, push one to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip-hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Corporate secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC, royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best in sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy. PJ, Top Back, the Austin. I'm Jock. Up and coming on the beat.
I got a question earlier about whose team this is, and I don't get into the, well, we share. No, it's my team, right? But I want to make sure that Dwight, when I retire, this is going to be his, and I want to teach him everything I possibly know, so that when I step away, this organization can ride on as if I never left.
War Room Sports, www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.